Hello, it's Tim from Toy Tinker Tim. In this episode, I'm taking a look at the Big Jim Devil River Trip, and that's with the Real Action Alligator. This is by Mattel from 1973. So before you even open the box, the comic book style artwork on the box's side panel, it sets the tone that your Big Jim figure's mission is to capture the dangerous alligator and transport it safely to an animal preserve. So taking a look at the instructions, and you'll quickly discover some assembly is required. But it's not overly complicated because there's still room to slip in a little bit more guided story play on the reverse side. You'll also see how the alligator straps onto the deck of the wind boat and squirms on its ride to the animal preserve when you push the boat along. So the set featured the bright yellow 14-inch swamp boat that was complete with engine prop, the rudder, the captor pole with the line, and since no figure was included in the set, the star of this one is the 12-inch alligator. Now that everything is assembled, we're ready to take a look at this cool vintage set from the Mattel Big Jim line. This real action theme also carried through to the Big Jim Jungle Adventure set with a real action gorilla. So these sets with the action animal accessories would have been an attractive feature given the Hasbro G.I. Joe line of toys in the 12-inch line there. The animals were static with no movement, so like the gorilla, or they even had a alligator as well, and some other animals that were just static. The geared mechanism on the belly area of the crocodile fits down into a recessed well in the boat's deck. This helped to serve as the point to bring the croc to life when you roll the boat on the floor. The toothy croc is held into place by a simple rubber band. There are two molded-in tabs on either side of the crocodile's space, and those midsections serve as the strapping-in location for the rubber band. Taking a closer look at the underside of the wind boat, you see the two rear wheels are independent of each other. They just fit, they snap into notches that are molded in for the wheel pegs. Now at the front of the boat, it's a different setup for the wheels. They're mounted on a steel axle, and a red hub is the set of gears that are put into motion when the boat rolls along. And those gears in turn are what turns the captured crocodile's gears to create that wiggling and jaw snapping action that you see on top. The decals here on the rear rudder are ones that I've recreated in Affinity Designer. The ones that came on this set when I had purchased it were photocopies of the originals. So these that I've created, they serve as a good representation of the originals. The gray plastic motor just clips into a extension of the boat deck. The seating area is a decal that is over the molded-in seating area. And the tiller here that just snaps over a rounded recess also in the deck, allowing it to move forward and back. So the wind boat rudder moves back and forth. The engine prop moves, but it's one you definitely have to make spin by hand. It's a very tight fit. The rudder at the rear with the Big Jim 3-star emblem and the Mattel logo, the number 9, it swings smoothly left or right to guide Big Jim carefully down the Devil River on his search for this crocodile. So the star of our show here, the alligator, it's 12-inch in comparison to Big Jim's 9.5-inch tall. The scale of the alligator would probably put it into around 11 feet long in real life. So the alligator figure is divided up into multiple sections. The design is pretty creative. Each section is hinged by the lower half of the body's thin wall connectors. There's a series of a cord that runs down on either side, inside of the body here. The line then loops over a central wheel with opposing axles. So, and that's what creates the sway, and the pull alternating there makes the hinged jaw open and close. So to me, it's kind of amazing that this material and design still are holding up over some 40 years later. The rubber-like black washer here gives the traction on smooth surfaces to turn the wheel, and that sets the whole alligator into motion. Looking at the painted eyes, features here like that, to me they look as if they've been hand painted instead of stenciled or decals applied to it. The gray snare tool here with the yellow capture line is such a basic element to this set, but then it's also one that is often missing or damaged. The holding points for the figure on the snare have looped handles so that the Big Jim figures can hold on tight. Later Big Jim figures came out with molded or like curved hands that could hold on to items better, which helped address that struggle of the characters holding on to various equipment that would come with sets. The yellow line would have a slip knot on it to snare the alligator with there. The line is a type of polyester. It's a synthetic material versus a natural fiber type string or cord. Compared to, again, in the 12-inch G.I. Joe lines from Hasbro. Many of those sets, the nets, other line was more natural fibers that would kind of break or pull apart. Here Big Jack has stepped in to travel the Devil River and track down and capture the alligator. You know, again, no Big Jim figure was included with this set. So both the figure and outfits, that was all up to you or your parents to track down and purchase those to complete the adventure. And that's my look here at the Big Jim Devil River Trip and Alligator. Be sure and subscribe to the channel again if you haven't yet, and click on the notification there so you can find out and get alerts when there are new episodes that are published here on the Toy Tinker Tim channel. And be sure and share the episode if you enjoyed it here on your social media with fellow collectors. And again, thanks for watching.